So this is going to be about weight shift and coupled motions, and just kind of using it as a little bit of a like proprioceptive drill, and just trying to Layla, watch out. Really good with that. So we're going to use kind of like weight shift to work on other motions throughout the body, kind of make it a little bit more natural. So starting off, we're going to be thinking about weight distribution between the heels and the ball of the foot. So just kind of think about relative size of the foot. Front's a little bigger than the back. So we want to start thinking about like 50-50. Tiny bit more to the front. I'm hesitating to say like 60-40, more like 55-45. And starting there. And then seeing if you can get knees over the ankles, hips over the knees, rib cage stacked over the pelvis, head stacked over rib cage. So, starting from there, we're just going to see a couple exploratory drills. You can first see, if you bend forward, where does that weight shift to? So, ideally, we want to be thinking that it goes from about like that 60-40 to 50-50, going back towards the heels a little bit. Just gonna see if you make that a little bit shift that didn't happen initially. See if that feels a little bit better. Do it. Just kind of check range of motion as you go. Okay, so that's gonna be the first thing. Kind of conversely, if you're trying to extend back, weight's gonna shift a little bit forward on the feet. So while there be, that will shift forward, makes back bend. So kind of that. Just complete opposite of that. So, other two motions we can think about are side bending in trunk and rotation of the trunk. So, side bending is going to be very similar to the concept of doing these. So it's going to be kind of the opposite. So, here would just be doing that side bend, and you're going to think it's going to be a weight shift, not all the way over, but a little bit more pressure into going to the left, more pressure into the right foot. You can kind of just see difference there if I'm shifting onto the same side versus here, frees things up a little bit. Same thing going the other way. Just weight shifting to the same side, doesn't feel quite as comfortable. Get that little bit of a shift there, frees things up. Then we can think about rotation. Rotation is going to be kind of the opposite of that, where if we rotate the trunk, we want to be rotating, doing a little weight shift to that side. So we're going right, it's a little rotation there. And test it out, seeing kind of doing it incorrectly, see how that feels, or opposite, not necessarily incorrect. First there, just kind of see that freeness there. I'll shoot something else and kind of put it together of how that relates to kind of gait mechanics to kind of weight shift in there, but that's a much longer video.